everyone. Welcome to another edition of Chalk Talk here in the DK Pittsburgh Sports Steelers YouTube channel. We're going to go over today, just really quick, just one play from last season. And I have it here because, training camp's underway. First practice actually is today. So, players just reported yesterday, but still training camp. Everybody's there. And actual football is about to get underway. But we're already learning about what the 2025 team is going to look like. And based off of the personnel that's been added, when you add Darius Slay and Jalen Ramsey to having Joey Porter Jr., you have three guys who can all man cover very, very well. Especially when you also give away Minka Fitzpatrick, who's obviously a safety, so different position, and he isn't known as much for man-to-man coverage as he is for being able to ball hawk and things like that. That tells me that there's going to be more man coverage this year. And not only through the moves that have been made, and not just through the way the players answered questions when they were reporting yesterday, but also just through being there and having other conversations that weren't on the record. Very good feeling there's going to be more man coverage this year. So with more man coverage should come more blitzing. And this might be a preview of more to come for the 2025 season. Not saying this is going to be every single time it's third down or anything like that, but I do think that you might see more of this. And so this was a third down from last season. I believe this was third down. Yes, it was. Third down. Right there. So, Steelers are in straight up cover one here. This is man coverage across the board down here. And then you have one deep safety who's over the top. Now, this right here is a tight end for the Bengals. And you got Deshaun Elliott here. And then you have three receivers stacked to that side. You got trips to that side. A lot of the time, if you look throughout the trends of the league on these third and medium, this is third and 6. On these third and medium plays, 11 personnel is used the vast majority of the time. And in case you don't know what 11 personnel is, one running back, one tight end, which means three receivers. Well, the Steelers just so happen to have Joey Porter Jr., Darius Slay, Jalen Ramsey. Three guys who can all man cover. Thus, in this particular situation where the Steelers are in man coverage and it's all down here and you have a safety who's over the top, well, that frees up 6 guys to be able to rush. And 5 offensive linemen, 1 running back here back to protect. So it's 6 on 6. Now, you might think, okay, well, you still don't have a numbers advantage. But when you just run a 4-man pass rush, you never have a numbers advantage. So actually, you do have a numbers advantage here. Because a typical pass rush, when you're not blitzing, because a blitz is defined by 5 or more rushing the quarterback. So a typical pass rush is just a 4-man rush, which means you never have a numbers advantage because there's 5 offensive linemen. So, right here, cover 1, man up, man up, man up, man up. Imagine this with Joey Porter, whatever combination you want. Joey Porter Jr., Darius Slay, Jalen Ramsey, all covering. And this is the Bengals here. This is Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. This is this is one of the best receiving corps in the entire NFL. And by the way, that's Joe Burrow back there, who's top 3 quarterback in the NFL. And when you are able to trust the man coverage behind you, and you can then unload these type of blitzes. It doesn't have to be this, oh my gosh, like some sort of exotic blitz where you're trying to confuse. Sometimes it's just beat the man across from you. Bring pressure and force them to do something that makes them make a play. And here, the real weakness here is right at right guard and at the running back, because with both inside linebackers, Peyton Wilson and Patrick Queen, both blitzing, and they didn't do a lot of this last year. They get confused on who to pick up. The right guard then goes to pick up Wilson. The running back's already in that lane. That frees up Patrick Queen to have a completely free lane, unimpeded to the quarterback. And he actually hits him before the throwing motion starts and forces a fumble. Either way, it's a sack fumble. You'd love to have the turnover there, but you'll absolutely take forcing a field goal attempt while also making them lose a few yards at the bare minimum. And it's all created because of pressure. Right? So, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. That's your typical pass rush. And so, like, when the Steelers would be running their regular spot drop cover 3, he'd be dropping into this zone, he'd be dropping into this zone, and that's just like, okay, here we go. Let's defend the pass. This is, no, let's trust our man coverage behind us, and then let's send everybody. Oh, not a guy there. Let's send everybody to go after the quarterback. And the one good thing about this is that you have both linebackers coming to attack the same hole pretty much, or at least attack the same player, which is the right guard here, which you get exactly what you want here. Because through this rush, and by the way, this is, you want to talk about Alex Highsmith, Nick Herbig, TJ Watt. You have 3 edge rushers. You have Patrick Queen and Peyton Wilson. Cam Hayward is lined up over the nose. He's literally lined up as a nose tackle facing the center straight up, and still gets plenty of push where Peyton Wilson can get through. I mean, you want to talk about what this, they get back there by the time, this is a quick game concept here. Quick game concept. 3 steps, back foot hits, hitch. The ball is coming out. And this is why they need to run more of this kind of stuff, because Patrick Queen, when he was with the Ravens, was a good blitzer from the second level. And here, he's able to have a free pass pretty much at the quarterback because neither the right guard or the running back pick him up. They both go to block Wilson, which is, a mistake, obviously. But even then, even if the right guard makes the right move and he goes here, you have Peyton Wilson running full head of steam right at the running back here. And even then, Alex Highsmith, he's getting back there, and he's right there like just a millisecond or two behind Patrick Queen getting there. But again, when you blitz and you have straight up even numbers, it's 6-on-6 here. You can still, through various types of pressure, it's not just, hey, let's run him straight up here. Hey, let's run him straight through the B gap. It's let's loop him around, let's loop him there, or have him go straight in, and now you're forcing, you're stressing this guard to make a decision, and you hope that by doing it that he makes the wrong one. That way, this guy also gets confused, and they end up both going to the same guy, which is exactly what happens. So, more blitzing. And the only way you can do more blitzing is if you can do more man coverage. And you can look at the numbers and, the Steelers are still in the top half of the league in man coverage last year. Yeah, not so much whenever it was third down. Third down last year, like critical downs, possession downs, Mike Tomlin did not trust his defense. I don't have the numbers right in front of me, but I've looked it up before. When you look at previous years, even not that long ago, and you looked at what they did in terms of man coverage on third downs, it was way more often than they did last year. Tomlin did not trust his defense overall in man coverage on third down. But when you have this collection of talent, Alex Highsmith, Nick Herbig, Cam Hayward, Patrick Queen, who's been, and this is no shot at Peyton Wilson, but he's a rookie, got to earn the stripes there. But I'm talking about guys who have earned reputations of being good pass rushers, and then obviously TJ Watt. That's 5 guys who have all proven at their respective positions that they can get after the quarterback. So use it, and they plan to use it, but the only way you could use it more often is if you can cover up the back end in man coverage. because the majority of blitzes are man coverage. They just are. So anyway, that's it for this one. Just letting you know, this might be, again, not every single third down. I don't anticipate that the use of man coverage on third down in 2025 is going to be 100% or even 90% or 80%. But is it going to be a much higher uptick than what we saw last season? I would firmly bet on that. 100%. So that's it for this one. We've got one more this week. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. See you later.